Isn't this an absolutely fantastic stamp? I am sitting here fiddling around with my new 2013 Hero Arts stamps that I just received. And this is just clear embossed right here, this particular one. And then I've been coloring it in with some distress inks, blending some distress inks in there. Just playing around and experimenting, seeing what I like, having a fantastic time. This one's definitely one of my favorites. And today I wanted to take a minute and show you my favorite new Hero Art stamps and kind of give you some ideas what I'm doing with them. Give you kind of a sneak peek as well as to what you will be seeing there on my blog in the very near future. So this one is going to be a lot of fun as a background stamp, I believe. And you know what? One of the things I'm doing, and here is one that is a Hero Arts with basic gray, and it's a wood grain, but there's little hearts in the wood grain. I absolutely love it. I'm playing around with it with pink, because, you know, Valentine's Day. And here is the Birthday Magic stamp, which I think is so much fun. I'm totally going to be using this for my own birthday, as well as birthday tags and cards and things. You'll definitely be seeing me play a lot with that one. Last year I had a different chevron stamp that I used quite a bit. This I think is going to be a lot of fun. And one of the things I would suggest with these background stamps to remember, kind of a quick trick for you, is to remember that if you're working, you can stamp them directly. But another thing that you can do definitely is either punch or die cut or even just hand cut a shape out of scratch paper or maybe some paper that doesn't, you know, not really working for you anymore. Ink up your stamp, and I'm going to use, these are my 3 new Hero Arts shadow inks. This color palette, this beautiful charcoal gray navy and this pale tomato, I love these colors and I love them together. And as I'm doing winter crafting here, I'm just absolutely loving the combination of the 3 of them as well. And I'm just going to ink up this stamp, make sure it's nice and inked up here. And I'm going to show you what I'll do here. Once I've got it all inked up, I'm just going to set this heart over a piece of paper and stamp right over the top of it. And I'm going to get in here with my stamp block, I know. I'm so terrible about not using stamp blocks, but I'm going to do that. And then when I lift it up, well, I forgot to cover up, so you can see a little bit here and here. But you get the rough idea. You can cut a shape or die cut a shape and then stamp it out. And isn't that a beautiful navy? I just love that, and I think this is going to be so much fun to play with. And you can kind of see the heart imprint. And of course, you can keep reusing your die cut or punched out or cut out scrap of paper with shape. This antique background one I think is a lot of fun. And one of the things, background stamps are my #1 most purchased and most requested stamp, because things like this, I could do so many different things with this. I could stamp this in a pale color and make it the background for a new card. In fact, I'll go ahead and stamp this so we can see what it looks like. So I could also use it like emboss it and do like I was doing with this Map of America stamp. That was so much fun. I could use it in whole or in part. I could stamp just the edge of it on a scrapbook layout. There's just really so many things I can do. What I really like about this one, I really like all of the fun, the cool details in there. And we've got like kind of the bridge and the building here, but then there's scrolls and postmarks, and there's just so many fun things on this. And here you can see I love this charcoal gray. This is maybe my favorite ink color in a long time right here, this Hero Shadow Ink in charcoal. But here you can see you get so much great kind of a scratchy, you got that scratchy look in there, and oh, I just love this. I think this is going to be a lot of fun, and I think this is going to be really useful because it's not going to show up looking like the same stamp used every time. Especially since if I just inked along one edge, I could totally, and I see doing this on cards, but definitely on my scrapbook pages, where maybe I just use a little of that on an edge to edge something, or use the other edge. Look at this other edge. That great scroll look. Okay, definitely see me using both of those. If you're wondering, like, May, you're not really making anything in this video, you're just showing us stamps and messing around. Absolutely. When I get new stamps in my hands, that's the very first thing I do is ink them up and play and see, just kind of see how they work. Because sometimes, I don't know if this will make sense to you, hopefully it will, but sometimes I feel like I don't really totally get, like, I guess the personality of a new stamp until I've used it a couple times. And I love Hero Art stamps because they do so many stamps. They do wood mounted, which is always my favorite, but they also do a lot of red rubber cling mounted that'll work either with an acrylic block, or, you know, a lot of the designs that I like are the background of the big ones, so I don't even have to worry about that. I can just stamp with my hands and no block, and that's my favorite. Oh, look at that one. Isn't that beautiful? And look at that, well, they call it Pale Tomato. Hero Art Shadow Ink and Pale Tomato. I just absolutely love that color with the charcoal gray. These two are just, I'm loving it, loving it. And it's not a, you know, this color was around a lot in scrapbooking papers and stuff last year, so I think it'll go with a lot of the papers where I don't really feel like I have quite the right ink color to go with them. And this is giant, obviously, and it would be fantastic. Oh, this would be really fantastic colored in with distress markers in a bunch of different colors. Again, embossed, I think it would be great. I think it would be great stamped in a small part or as the whole thing like it is here. And I think it'll play nicely with with my style and with a lot of my other products. Okay, we're getting down to it. This one I love. Look at this. It's just a little heart with polka dots. Simple as can be, but you know what? I'm telling you, sometimes these simple ones are the ones I use the absolute most. And one of the things I really like about this, with the dots and the simplicity of this one, is that you could totally stamp this on pattern paper or over another stamp and then cut it out. And I think it would work really well that way. Like here, I'm just playing around. I've stamped it with the navy blue Hero Art Shadow Ink, and then I'm just cutting around it, and it's already been stamped under with the charcoal gray. And yeah, that's kind of a sloppy cut, but you get the idea. You could make your own heart embellishments and have a lot of fun with that. All right, the last one, last but definitely not least, that I want to talk about here is this one. It's the, look at this. Look at all those cameras. And if you're wondering, let's say you could certainly use this for, oh, this would be great for a photo card. You could like stamp it on the front of a card and then cut out a little hole. I can make myself my own little Polaroid-like little frame. Or if you've got those paper frames that kind of look like Polaroid frames that are pretty popular right now, you could stamp this onto it, maybe with an archival ink of some sort. And it would be great because then you would have that look of like all the say cheese and everything on there and customize that. Other ways, you're a scrapbooker and you're thinking, okay, I want to use this on my scrapbook page. If you had big chipboard letters or alphabet stickers that were big enough, you could definitely stamp this onto them and it would, you know, parts of it would show up. I think that would be a lot of fun. I think it would be really fun in like a Versamark on cardstock, which would make it kind of watermark your cardstock. I also think this one could be a lot of fun using part of it or using it with a die cut. So like, remember how I was saying like cut a shape and then die cut it? Well, what if for this one, I'm trying to think, I don't have a camera punch or die cut, and right now I wish I did, because I think it would be so cute to have a little camera punch and then stamp this and then die cut or punch it out. I think that would be really cute too. I also think this one would be really fun in like a little strip. In fact, I'll do that right now. If I took this one and inked it, and this time I'm just going to use black. I'm going to use archival black ink on this one. Okay, so if I stamp it, and no, I didn't do a great job there, but that's because I'm just trying to work quickly here, because I'm just playing and experimenting and, you know, checking out my new stash here, seeing what I want to do with this. Okay, so if I cut this out, I can make little banners. And you could do this in absolutely any color on any paper. And you can make yourself little banners to put on your scrapbook page or your mini books. Little accents. This would be great if you were doing a travel day book or something. These would be so much fun. Oh, and I'm just kidding with you. I said that was the last one, but it's not. In fact, there's this one other one. And the reason it wasn't here on my desk is because I've already been making top secret projects with it. And it's this one. And it's really funny because, you know, somebody who's asked me, like, really? That's just dots, May? You want just random dots? Yes. And I'll tell you why. Look at this. Okay, and I'll bring this right up here so you can see it real good. Look at all those fun. This is Distress ink in Picked Raspberry that was then spritzed with water. So you're getting like lots of variation in color. And some of them are more blurred than others. I think this one is going to be one of my most used stamps of the year already because I can see so many uses for it. I could decorate title stickers. I could decorate ribbon or cardstock. I could make it a part of any type of paper crafting project. I just see so many ways that I could get this stamp utilized. All right, well, now you've seen my new stash from Hero Arts and my personal favorites and my personal picks. On my blog, I'll set up a link with lists of all these products if you're looking for any of them, if you need to be enabled. I know I'm always looking for fun new stuff. And I'm going to get back to creative play here and see if I can come up with something fun to share with you there on the blog. Happy crafting!